Hey, hello AP. This video is going to be all about how to make a process photo slide so that you can upload this to your portfolio. So what we're going to do is take a look as an example. This is a past student's work, and she made this project. It had to do with cubism and feelings of like a panic attack, and it was a great process for her making this art piece, and she wanted to show that process in her portfolio. So we're going to make a process photo slide to go with this piece, to go for this piece. And remember, I tell you all the time, take pictures of everything that you do as you're doing it. That way you can use some of these for process photo slides, because she had a great process coming up to this finished piece right here. So I'm just going to minimize that, and I'll show you what we did. So, now, I have her process pictures right here. So you can see from this picture here into these ones, and then down here, these were her pictures she took along the way. She took some pictures of her sketches, she took some reference pictures, and then she took some pictures of her process of drawing everything out for the final project, transferring and experimenting with colors and everything. So these are some great pictures, and we're going to put it into a slide now. So let's go back into our Google, and we'll just use Google Drive. Okay, so I'm going to go to my Drive, and you can use your Google Drive. Please do. It's very handy, and we're just going to make a new Google slide presentation. And right away, just want to get rid of this stuff. Okay, don't need these. And right away, what we want to do is label this. So if it was this was Emily's work. So Emily process photos. And then you always want to say like what project is for too. Labeling is key when it comes to this stuff. So make sure and label. And it was the cubism anxiety piece. Okay, so that's good. So far, so good. And then what we're going to do is take our pictures and kind of drag them in here. Now you can go to like insert an image and find it from your computer. But my computer allows me to just kind of drag and drop. So I'm going to use that little bit of technology. And it's getting a little muddled in here. So we'll start to kind of minimize them so that we can fit. I think there's two more. I think that one. And what's the last one? Oh, I think it's this one here. Okay, so what we'll do is now we'll just work with this slide. So we've got a lot of pictures in here. Let's kind of minimize them a little bit. And I'm going to kind of recommend, you don't have to do it chronologically, but I think it kind of makes sense. So when you go to like put an order for these, let's use up as much space as we can. And let's kind of do things in order. So first came the sketch, and then I know Emily, and next came her reference pictures. Okay, so we can do that. Okay, and then maybe we'll go down there, and like that. So basically, it started with a sketch, then it moved to reference pictures, and then it moved to a final drawing, and then she began coloring everything in. So what we'll do is I encourage my students to use arrows to kind of show the process. So, and by the way, we can change the size of this layout if we want by going to File, Page Setup, and then if we want to do something, we could do like something like that. Oh, there you go. Kind of like that. That lets me kind of have a little more space. It's not so like thin in landscape. It's kind of more blocky. So I'm going to recommend that too. Change the layout. Okay. And all right, now it's time for arrows. So you can go Insert, Shape, and then find some arrows to use like that. Okay, and I like to change the color of them. so that they're nice and bright. Okay, and I can also go here and get arrows that way. Okay. Okay, but then it makes me like change the color every single time. So what I could do is I can click this, go copy, paste, and now I have another arrow. And then if I need to change the way it's oriented, just use that little ball and turn it. Okay. And copy, paste. Move this one over here. And there you go. Turn it. Oops. Oh, it's good enough. You get the idea. And one more. Okay. And then that way they can, AP will be able to be like, oh, okay, she started here, then went here, reference pictures, did the drawing, started adding the coloring. You can make certain pictures bigger or smaller. You can overlap them if you want. I like to keep it kind of clean though and not make things too complicated. But this is how you make a process photo slide. If you don't like the background color, you can click that. Okay, click the very edge of it, and then we can go to background and choose like a different color. If it's more pleasing to your eye, that's fine. Some kids do it all in black or gray or whatever you want. And that's a process photo slide. So the last thing to do is to go to File, and we need to download this as a JPEG because that's what we're using for AP, and then you'll be good to go. Okay, and check it out. Like it downloaded, and there's my title. So if I'm having a hard time finding this in my computer, I can always just go to my Finder. I can search for it. That way, it's not just another like image 1678. Make sure and label it. Now let's take a look back at Emily's portfolio, and she did something similar. So there was her final piece, and yeah, there you go. Just above it, she had her reference pictures and her process, and she didn't use the little arrows, and that's okay. She still passed very well on her AP test, but I do like to use the little arrows. I think they're good. That way you can see chronologically how you went through your process. But that is how to do a process photo slide. And if we have some pictures coming up soon for our portfolio that we're going to need to do by the end of the semester, and feel free to fill some of those images in with your process photos. All of you are going to need to do it, so you can do one or two now, and that's it.